Welcome to Hired in IT. Our mission is simple: help you build the skills that employers actually want. Whether you're trying to land your first IT job, switch careers, earn a promotion, or increase your salary, we're here to help. Every video is thoroughly researched and designed to make complex IT topics easy to understand. If there's an IT topic you'd like us to cover, leave a comment below. We may turn your suggestion into our next video. Turning IT knowledge into career opportunities. Monday, 2 a.m. A sysadmin's phone buzzes with a critical alert. The storage subsystem has exhibited anomalous latency characteristics during the backup window, possible degradation. They scan the message, see a wall of technical language, and miss the urgency. Hours later, the storage problem becomes a full outage. The technical team detected the warning. The communication failed. And that's an important lesson for anyone working in IT. Solving the technical problem is only half the job. You also have to communicate what happened, what it means, and what someone needs to do next. That's why professional writing is an IT skill. And in this lesson, you'll learn a framework for doing it well, with AI helping you improve the result. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to apply the 7 C's to the writing IT professionals use every day, like our emails, incident updates, technical documentation, and executive communication. You'll also learn how to use AI as a writing assistant to critique your drafts, improve clarity and structure, adapt technical information for different audiences, and catch problems before you hit send. The goal isn't to let AI write everything for you. It's to become a better professional communicator with AI helping you along the way. Let's get started. Professional writing isn't poetry. It's any writing you do to get work done, from a quick Slack message to a formal incident report. It's transactional. You're solving a problem, not analyzing it. And unlike academic writing, the audience isn't your professor but colleagues, clients, or a manager who just wants to know what to do. The center of every professional document is workplace problem solving, and it flows out to internal audiences, like your ops team, or external ones, like a client waiting for a status update. Think of it like this. Academic writing dissects a problem. Professional writing solves one. If your email reads like a term paper, it's getting deleted. Open your last executive summary. If it began with, "This report examines," instead of, "We need to approve $500 for a new license by Tuesday," you're writing for a professor, not a boss. Let's start with a simple example. A help desk technician needs approval for a new software license. They don't need to write an essay. They need to communicate enough information for someone to make a decision. The message might look like this. Subject: Acme Soft Designer License Request. I need approval to purchase one Acme Soft Designer license for the design team. The license costs $299 and is required by March 10th for the upcoming project. The purchase is covered under budget code PROJ002. Please approve the purchase and forward it to procurement. Notice what happened. The purpose is obvious. The important details are easy to find. And the reader knows exactly what to do next. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down why this works using 7 principles of professional writing: clear, coherent, concise, concrete, correct, complete, courteous. These are the 7 C's. Here are the 7 principles again. Clear. Make the main point obvious. Coherent. Organize information logically. Concise. Remove unnecessary words. Concrete. Use specific facts instead of vague language. Correct. Verify grammar and accuracy. Complete. Provide enough information for the reader to act. Courteous. Communicate directly while remaining professional. Don't worry about memorizing all 7 yet. We're going to apply them one at a time to real IT situations. Let's start with the foundation. Clear. Look at these 2 versions of the same firewall request. The first begins with background information, technical context, and several sentences explaining why the change might be necessary. The actual request is buried near the bottom. Now look at the rewrite. Please allow HTTPS traffic on port 443 to the QA application server by Thursday at 5 p.m. This change is required for Friday's application deployment. Same problem, completely different communication. The second version tells the reader 3 things immediately: what you need, why you need it, and when you need it. That's what clarity looks like. There's an important distinction here. Clear writing doesn't mean removing every technical term or writing as if your audience knows nothing. It means removing unnecessary effort from the reader. If you're writing to a network engineer, BGP route convergence may be perfectly clear. If you're writing to the city manager or a customer, it probably isn't. Professional writing isn't about making everything simpler. It's about making the message appropriate for the person who needs to understand it. We'll come back to that when we talk about audience. Before you hit send, run this 3-point checklist. 1. Can you summarize the entire email in 1 sentence? If not, cut until you can. 2. Scan for $5 words. If you wrote utilize, change it to use. 3. Is your ask visible without scrolling? If it's in the last paragraph, move it to the first line. Example: a firewall rule change request should start with, please open port 443 for the QA server by Thursday EOD, not, we have undertaken a review of network security postures. That's it. What's the first C? If you said clear, you're right. And the action step? Before you type a single word, decide what you need the reader to know or do. Say it out loud first, then write. That's clarity. Now let's stack the next C. The second C is coherent. Coherent writing presents information in an order that makes sense to the reader. For many IT messages, one of the best structures is the inverted pyramid. Put the most important information first. Imagine you're sending an outage update. Start with, service was restored at 2:15 p.m. Then explain the impact. Then provide the timeline. Then include technical background or root cause details. If an executive reads only the first few lines, they still understand the situation. But coherence isn't only about the order of your sentences. It's also about how easily someone can navigate the information. That brings us to an important part of coherent writing: scannability. Imagine your VP opens an incident update on a phone between meetings. They see one enormous paragraph containing the outage, impact, timeline, root cause, and next steps. Every sentence might be correct, but the structure still makes the information difficult to use. So give your writing the 5-second test. Can someone quickly identify the current status, the business impact, the action required, the deadline? For longer messages, use short paragraphs, useful headings, bullets, and white space. An incident update might have current status, business impact, what happened, next steps. Formatting isn't decoration. It's part of coherence because it helps the reader understand how the information fits together. Here's one way AI can help with coherence. Take a long incident update and ask Claude. Reorganize this message for executive readability. Put the current status and business impact first. Use short paragraphs, headings, and bullets where appropriate. Preserve all technical facts and do not add information. Notice what we're asking AI to do. Not change what happened. Not invent a better explanation. Just improve the structure. Compare the before and after. Can you find the current status faster? Is the impact easier to identify? Are the next steps obvious? That's a useful AI workflow because the technology handles restructuring while you remain responsible for the facts. The third C is concise. Concise writing budgets words like money. Every sentence should earn its place. Compare. I wanted to reach out to everyone regarding the unfortunate incident that occurred earlier today involving our authentication infrastructure. With, the login service failed this morning. Same essential message, far less work for the reader. And don't confuse wordiness with professionalism. You don't sound more professional because you wrote utilize instead of use, or at this point in time, instead of now. Professional writing isn't about sounding impressive. It's about communicating efficiently. Now let's use Claude differently. Don't paste your email into AI and simply say, "Make this better." That's too vague. Instead, give it a specific editing objective. Make this email more concise without removing technical facts, deadlines, impact, or required actions. Remove filler and repetition. Do not invent information. Now compare the result with your original. Did it preserve the technical meaning? Did it keep the important facts? Did it remove unnecessary language? Did the message become easier to read? The better your instruction, the more useful AI becomes as an editor. The fourth C is concrete. Consider this sentence. The server was extremely slow for a while. What does slow mean? And how long is a while? Now compare. Average response time increased from 300 milliseconds to 4.2 seconds between 1:10 and 1:25 p.m. Approximately 320 users were affected. Now we have something engineers can investigate and managers can understand. Concrete writing uses specific facts, times, counts, measurements, systems, deadlines, versions, error codes. Slow is an adjective. 4.2 seconds is evidence. Let's combine what you've learned so far. Imagine you're reporting an application outage. Clear tells you to state the important point immediately. Coherent tells you to organize the information logically and make it easy to scan. Concise tells you to remove information the reader doesn't need. Concrete tells you to replace vague descriptions with specific facts. Instead of, the application was having serious performance problems earlier today. You might write, application response time increased from 300 milliseconds to 4.2 seconds between 1:10 and 1:25 p.m., affecting approximately 320 users. 4 principles. One much stronger message. Now let's move to C number 5. Correct. Now let's give Claude a different job. Instead of asking it to rewrite the wording, ask it to restructure the information. Try. Reformat this incident update for executive readability. Put the current status and business impact first. Use short paragraphs and bullets where appropriate. Preserve all technical facts and do not add information. Notice what's different. We're not asking AI to change what happened. We're asking it to improve how the information is organized. That's an important distinction. AI can help with structure. You remain responsible for the facts. C5. Correct covers 2 things: surface errors and factual accuracy. A typo like, "Please send me your logs," won't crash a server, but it chips away at your credibility. Worse, one wrong fact in an incident report can trigger a fire drill. Imagine telling the VP that the outage affected 500 users when it was actually 50. You just wasted a morning of panic. So always proofread your spelling and double-check your numbers. Next, I'll show you how Claude catches both types of mistakes. Claude can be an excellent second set of eyes. You can ask, review this incident update for grammar, spelling, unclear wording, inconsistencies, and missing information. Do not rewrite it yet. List the issues you find. That's often better than immediately requesting to rewrite because you can inspect the problems first. But remember something important. AI can improve language. It cannot verify facts it doesn't have access to. If the outage lasted 23 minutes, verify 23 minutes. If 145 users were affected, verify 145. If the root cause was a failed storage controller, verify that conclusion against your technical evidence. Correct writing isn't writing that sounds confident. It's writing that's accurate. The sixth C is complete. A message can be perfectly written and still fail if it leaves out the information someone needs to act. Before sending, ask the 5 W's. Who is affected? What happened? When did it happen? Where is the problem? Why did it happen? If the cause is actually known. And for workplace communication, add one more question. What happens next? For example, VPN access is unavailable for approximately 80 remote employees. The issue began at 8:42 a.m. Network engineering is investigating, and the next update will be provided by 9:30. Now the reader doesn't need to reply. Who's affected? Is anyone working on it? When will we hear more? That's complete communication. Here's the difference between correct and complete. Correct asks, is the information I provided accurate? Complete asks, did I provide enough information? You need both. An incident report can contain perfectly accurate information and still be useless if it doesn't explain the impact or next steps. And it can contain every section imaginable, but still be dangerous if the numbers or technical conclusions are wrong. Accuracy plus sufficient context. That's the combination. The final C is courteous. And courteous does not mean passive. Compare these two messages. First, you still haven't fixed the firewall issue. We need this immediately. Now, this firewall change is currently blocking Friday's deployment. Could you please confirm whether it can be completed by 3 p.m. today? If not, let us know so we can adjust the deployment plan. Both communicate urgency. Only one makes collaboration easier. In IT, you constantly depend on other teams, networking, security, applications, vendors, management. Professional tone helps you communicate urgency without turning the person you need into the person you've just annoyed. Now put all 7 together. Your message is clear because the required action appears first. Coherent because the information follows a logical order. Concise because unnecessary words are gone. Concrete because you included exact times, systems, numbers, and deadlines. Correct because you've verified the technical facts. Complete because you've answered the reader's likely questions. And courteous because the message respects the person receiving it. That's the framework. But there's another variable that can change how every one of those principles is applied: your audience. Before you write, ask one question. Who needs to understand this? Imagine the same storage event being explained to 2 audiences. To your infrastructure team. Liuan failover triggered QES rerouting to the secondary storage path. That level of technical detail may be exactly what they need. but your VP probably needs storage redundancy worked as designed and prevented a database outage. Same event, different audience. Professional writing doesn't mean removing technical language. It means using the right amount of technical language for the person reading it. And there's a psychological reason IT professionals sometimes struggle with this. It's called the curse of knowledge. The curse of knowledge happens when you understand something so well that you forget what it's like not to understand it. IT professionals do this constantly. Imagine telling a customer, "We observed elevated TCP retransmissions caused by upstream BGP route instability." Technically meaningful, completely useless to many customers. Instead, your site was temporarily unreachable because of a network routing issue. Service has been restored. The technical version isn't wrong. It's simply written for the wrong audience. This is why audience awareness matters so much. Your job isn't to demonstrate everything you know. Your job is to communicate what this particular reader needs to understand. Audience translation is one of the most useful ways to use AI in professional writing. Take the technical explanation and ask Claude, "Rewrite this for a non-technical executive audience. Preserve the confirmed cause, business impact, outage duration, and current status. Remove unnecessary jargon. Do not speculate, invent facts, or make promises about future reliability." Now compare the two versions. The technical facts should remain intact. What's changing is the packaging. For example, technical. Authoritative DNS resolution failed following an incorrect zone configuration. Executive. Our website was unavailable for approximately 20 minutes because of a DNS configuration issue. Service has been restored. Same truth. Different level of abstraction. That's audience-aware writing. Most internal wikis look like the left side. One giant paragraph about configuring a load balancer that nobody reads. The rewrite on the right uses clear headings, numbered steps, and a dedicated troubleshooting section. This is the 7 C's in documentation form: clear structure, concise steps, concrete commands, and complete with error guidance. When you write docs that are scannable, your teammates actually use them instead of pinging you on Slack every time they hit a problem. And if you've got a page that needs this treatment, paste it into Claude and say, "Rewrite this for scannability." Add headings, numbered steps, and a troubleshooting section. That dry VPN setup guide you saw earlier? Paste it into Claude with a prompt like, "Rewrite this for scannability and completeness," and add troubleshooting if needed. In our example, Claude produced proper headings, numbered steps, and a new Common Errors section. Exactly the kind of addition that makes documentation complete. Your doc page just became self-service. There's another professional responsibility we need to talk about. Before you paste an incident ticket, customer email, configuration, log file, or internal document into any AI system, stop. Ask whether you're authorized to share that information with the tool you're using. Your organization may have policies covering confidential information, personal data, security details, credentials, customer information, source code, or internal architecture. If you're using an organization-approved enterprise AI environment, follow its policies. If you're not sure whether the information is allowed, don't paste it in. Good professional writing includes protecting the information you're writing about. AI can make you a faster writer. It can also make you confidently wrong. Watch for 5 mistakes. 1. AI invents a missing fact. 2. It changes technical meaning while trying to simplify. 3. It makes a commitment you never authorized, like promising an issue will never happen again. 4. You paste sensitive company information into an unapproved system. And 5. The rewrite becomes so polished that it no longer sounds like you. Use AI as an editor, critic, formatter, and audience translator. But before you hit send, the final responsibility is still yours. Before you send anything AI helped you write, take 60 seconds and run this final check. First, facts. Are every name, number, date, system, outage duration, and technical conclusion accurate? Second, meaning. Did the AI change anything technically important while simplifying the language? Third, audience. Is this written for the person receiving it, or for someone with your level of technical knowledge? Fourth, action. Can the reader immediately tell what they need to know, decide, or do next? Fifth, tone. Does the message sound professional, direct, and human, or does it sound like AI wrote it? And finally, security. Does the message contain confidential, sensitive, or internal information that shouldn't be shared with this audience? AI can help you produce a draft in seconds. Those final 60 seconds are what turn the draft into professional communication. Let's take a technical DNS outage explanation. The engineering version might mention authoritative name servers, DNS records, propagation, or a configuration failure. That's appropriate for the technical team. Now ask Claude. Rewrite this for a non-technical business audience. Preserve the outage duration, impact, current status, and confirmed cause. Remove unnecessary jargon. Do not speculate or make promises about future reliability. The result might say, our website was unavailable for approximately 20 minutes because of a DNS configuration issue. Service has been restored, and our team is reviewing additional safeguards to reduce the risk of recurrence. Notice what it doesn't say. This will never happen again. That's not simplification. That's an unsupported promise. The goal is plain English without changing the truth. Let's turn everything you've learned into one workflow. Before writing, identify your audience and the action you need from them. Then, draft the message. Review it for the 7 C's. Clear, coherent, concise, concrete, correct, complete, courteous. Then check the formatting. Can someone scan it quickly? If you're using AI, ask it to critique the draft before rewriting it. Review every suggested change. Verify every fact. Make sure no technical meaning changed, and only then, send. That's professional AI-assisted writing. Here's your challenge. Open your sent folder and find one email you wrote recently. Don't pick the best one. Pick something normal, a request, status update, technical explanation, or incident message. Evaluate it against the 7 C's yourself. Then give the same draft to Claude and ask it to critique the message using the 7 C's framework. Compare what you found with what the AI found. Then rewrite the email. That's how you improve this skill, not by memorizing 7 words, but by repeatedly applying them to communication you actually use. Technical skills can help you solve difficult problems. Professional writing helps other people understand the solution, trust your judgment, and know what to do next. That's why communication isn't separate from your IT career. It's part of being effective in IT. Use AI to help you edit. Use it to challenge your writing. Use it to translate technical information for different audiences. But keep the facts, judgment, and final responsibility with you. Thanks for watching Hired in IT, where we're turning IT knowledge into career opportunities.